Meditation, of course. That is a great...
I think motivation is important, but I think the most important thing is discipline.
Do something that you love. I found something that I love.
Do you have any future goal or like future dream?
I want to go into investment banking or consulting. McKinsey.
Being here at Stanford, you think about it all the time.
10 hours study.
10 hours per day.
So hard to get into Stanford University, right? It's so competitive, I think. Was it hard to prepare for the application? So may I ask your name?
Brett.
Brett, nice to meet you. I'm Ryu. What's your major?
Management science and engineering.
Oh, cool. First question is, how many hours do you usually spend in a day to study the business?
Every day,
Yeah.
probably like 8 hours.
8 hours every day.
Yeah.
That's so tough, right?
The busiest of the day, about 8 hours.
Yeah. Is it hard to maintain your motivation to study for such a long time every day?
Yeah, for sure. It gets hard. It gets hard.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
So, do you have any tips to study a lot of time?
Just find a source of motivation in your own life and kind of just stick to it and just keep it in the back of your head always.
Not really. I try to like space everything out. So I try to do all my assignments like a little bit every day, so I don't have to like crunch all of it at once. Yeah.
Do you have any other tips to maintain your motivation to study?
I think motivation is important, but I think the most important thing is discipline. If you discipline yourself to do a little bit of your work every day instead of trying to crush it all in one night, it'll be a lot easier to maintain good habits and keep yourself on track properly. Definitely take out all distractions, turn off your phone, and just like really hone in and just find a quiet space where no one can bother you, and that way you can really be efficient.
Just curious, but how many hours do you spend for your smartphone, like using SNS? Or like,
Yeah, I think according to my iPhone, it's like 5 or 6 hours a day.
5 or 6 hours of
Yeah,
screen time.
yeah, 5-6 hours of screen
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah.
You got an average, right? Well, I thought Stanford University student was studying so hard. So, I mean, do you think many other students also using smartphones such a long time?
Yeah, I think that's pretty average.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so
It's because I use my phone during class.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, really?
I'm in class, 3 hours, and my phone's also on the whole time. So that contributes. You gotta watch TikTok too,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My name is Grant. I'm a graduate student studying philosophy.
Philosophy.
It really helps to do something that you love. I found something that I love. And when you have a goal or something that you're going after that you enjoy, it really helps with the daily drudgery of waking up early and doing homework and all that kind of stuff. So if you are able to study something or do something with your life that you're passionate about, it makes it way easier to put up with all the more difficult parts of that situation. So I'm fortunate to find myself studying something I really like. I also have good relationships with a lot of my advisors and dissertation committee members, so I want to do well for their sake too. So some of the motivation is to live up to their standards and expectations.
Yeah.
My name is Andrea. I'm majoring in management science and engineering.
Cool.
The busiest season, like including class time, I think including class time will be around like 10 hours
10
per day, a
hours.
little bit, or a little bit more in the busiest season. But if not the busy, like before midterms, I think will be a little bit less.
A little bit less.
Yeah.
Like 7 or 8 hours?
Yes, 7, including classes. Yeah.
Do you think it's the average amount of time?
Oh, I think, I think
here,
most of them will do that, especially like during week 5, 6, during midterm and final season, definitely.
Oof. Like outside of class?
Outside of class. Or including your class.
Including class, I would say it's like 10 hours a day on a busy quarter, like 10 or sometimes more if it's like finals week and stuff. This quarter, I'm actually not in that many classes, so it's like 6 to 8 hours a day.
That's pretty tough, right? So do you have any tips to maintain your motivation to study?
That's hard. I don't know. I feel like it's important for me to maintain my motivation if I like set aside a day where I won't do anything. Like, so I don't do any homework or schoolwork on Sundays. And that's for me like motivation to get it all done so that I can like completely relax and enjoy Sunday. Yeah.
Taking a break once in a week.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like really important to maintain personal time or you just get burned out. Yeah. what I do to work on my productivity is to work with a partner and like work where they can see my screen, because then I'll get embarrassed if I get distracted. So they like keep me accountable.
So encourage each other to study.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good tips.
Definitely over like 8 sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard, but I think also making time to study like with your friends or just going out with your friends is what helps.
That's a tip for you to study.
Yeah.
Math.
Math. Are you an undergrad student?
Yeah, I'm an undergrad sophomore.
Sophomore, so second year.
Yeah.
How many hours did you spend in a day to study?
On average, on average, I'd spend probably 10 hours studying.
10 hours in a day. Wow, because you're learning math.
Yeah,
Right.
math is very hard.
It's hard to maintain your motivation, right?
Yes, especially in a stressful place like Stanford.
So how do you manage?
How do I manage?
Yeah.
Well, right next to my dorm, we have a meditation building.
I love doing meditation.
Have you been to the building?
building?
Yeah, they have a little meditation place by
Here?
Roby.
Really? I should go there.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm so
great.
excited.
Yeah, I just sit there, take a little chill break,
Wow.
and then I get right back to it. Yeah.
Like I'm shooting vlog, and every week I do meditation. So yeah, my subscriber knows it. But anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah, you should definitely check out
fun.
the meditation place. Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
I'd say get a lot of food because food is the fuel that'll give you your energy to keep going. So
Well, sometimes I feel like sleepy after I eat a lot.
that's true. So be careful with what you eat. You have to choose the right.
Okay.
Typically something light. You don't want to eat like a burger or something that's
Burger,
too
yeah.
heavy.
How about productivity? Do you have any tips to improve your productivity?
Productivity,
Yeah.
just try out a bunch of stuff and see what works for you.
Oh,
Try altering locations, where you study, how long you study, what content you're doing at whatever intervals during the day, and just try to find something that's best for you. Yeah, really just like finding a few spots around campus that I like and then alternating between which ones I go to, and then how long I study for, and just really asking friends and seeing like what they do. That helped me figure out what I want to do. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Do you know meditation space here? Like at Stanford University, there is meditation place.
Specifically for meditation, I'm not sure, but I think the whole campus is really beautiful. So like, if you're gonna do it by yourself, you can pick pick any spot.
Yeah,
but like for
yeah,
specifically
that's a good
designated places,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. For productivity, take short breaks every so often because there's no way you're just going to sit down for 10 hours straight and just stare at a textbook. You definitely have to pause for a little bit, regroup, maybe check Instagram, and then go back to studying.
Do you know Pomodoro technique?
The Pomodoro? No, I haven't.
It's a 25 minutes focus and then 5 minutes break. So okay, I mean, I wanted to ask you how often do you prefer to take a break? Like once in an hour?
I take a break. Yeah, I'd say I've heard of that, something similar to that. So yeah, more or less like that. I'd say about an hour, an hour of studying and then a little break. Yeah. I think just like clearing my mind. Like I love walking around Lake Log. I might take a lap. Just taking the air. It's really nice.
Or meditation. Right?
Meditation, of course. That is a great way to do it.
Well, like it's so competitive to get into this university, right? So I think you guys, spend a lot of time to prepare for the application. Like, so was it hard to get into this university?
For me personally, yes, it was. I spent a long time trying to apply to schools. There was a lot of challenges, especially as an international student, and not going to an international school as well was also something like structure and the curriculum and everything was totally different, and like the tests and everything. So yes, it was challenging. It takes a lot of time, but it's I think a lot of people will agree with it, but that process as well is a process of growth, and we also are able to learn more about ourselves during those process. So it's definitely a good one to give a shot. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think graduating this school is harder than getting into this school?
I think getting
You're getting
will
into
be
more,
yes,
competitive.
will be more competitive because once you get in,
Yeah.
Unless you don't study at all, as long as you just
doesn't
are
matter.
able to maintain our like average GPA and everything, you will be able to graduate. But I think that will be harder.
Okay. I mean, I was talking about the amount of time, like which one is required large amount of time to prepare, like or to study. Did you take the exam to get into the?
Like the SAT,
yeah.
definitely.
Which one was harder?
The SAT or the TOEFL.
TOEFL.
Yeah, yes, I am.
I've also,
I'm an international student, so I took the TOEFL and the SAT. But I think taking the SAT kind of helps preparing for the TOEFL a little bit. Yes.
Really?
Yes, at least for me, that was this experience. Yes, it takes a lot of time because I have to also learn the words and everything. It's English is not my first language, so that also takes time. But if you're asking whether I spend more time studying to prepare to getting here or being here, I think being here, well, I think I spend a little bit more time because, as I said, I'm an international student. Every the environment and the academic curriculum is all new for me. So that means I have to adjust to this new process, and it takes time just to do the assignments and writing papers. So yeah, I would say that being here requires more study.
Okay. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you for sharing.
I'm planning to study mechanical engineering.
So you didn't decide.
No, it's my first year, so I'm
sorry,
still
it's your first year.
undecided. But it's definitely going to be engineering.
Was it competitive to get into?
I definitely think it's competitive. You have to do a lot of clubs and extracurriculars. I think.
That's important. Rather
Yeah.
than getting a high score, in a sense.
Yeah, I think
Really.
so. Doing things that make you help you grow instead of just worrying so much about an actual exam. And a lot of these private schools have been going test optional, so it's kind of changing a little bit.
In your high school, did you study hard to get high GPA in order to be accepted in going to these kind of high quality university?
Yeah, I would say I did. It definitely took a lot of work to get a high GPA during high school.
Yeah.
And I think those skills really help you now.
To survive this.
To survive this high
So before getting into Stanford University, did you work?
I've had some odd jobs over the years. I've worked at Dunkin' Donuts serving coffee and breakfast foods. I worked at a vinyl record store in the south side of Chicago for a year. That was the most fun job, probably. And then other things relating to academics. I've tutored for SAT programs in the summers.
SAT program.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to come here?
I was asking myself what the least bad job is. You have to have a job to survive. So what's the one that you get the most pleasure from, that comes with the fewest annoyances and drawbacks? And I thought reading books that I love and discussing them with people who also love those same texts. And so that's the route I've gone, studying some of my favorite works of philosophy and finding other people passionate about that. So I'm very happy about what I get to do.
That makes a lot of sense. But it's so hard to get into Stanford University, right? It's so competitive, I think. So was it hard to prepare for the application?
It was. The first time I applied to PhD programs in general, I was completely shut out, got in nowhere. That was when I was a senior in college, my fourth year. The next year I was working at the vinyl record shop. I applied again. I only got into master's programs. One in Ireland. I could have studied Irish writing to study James Joyce, or I could have gone to Columbia to do classical studies to study ancient philosophy, which is the one I chose. And so that's the path that I went down. So it took me 3 cycles to get into a PhD program.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. There's a lot of unwritten rules with graduate applications of things they're looking for in your statement of purpose, in your writing sample. So slowly coming to understand what the expectations were, that was a big part of getting a successful application. That's a good question. It depends on the day. When I'm not studying, I'm usually in class or answering emails. That's also
answering email.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes up many hours per day. There's a lot of email.
A lot of email?
Yes, that's right.
Is it related to your class?
Some related to class, some related to workshops that I organize, communicating with scholars around the world, and other organizational matters for the department, things like that, for future quarters, setting up what classes, things like that.
I'm just curious about what kind of classes are you in? Like, it's not the big auditorium, right?
That's right. I mostly take ancient philosophy classes. In my previous institutions in Chicago and New York, there was a lot of emphasis on the humanities. And so I found that there would be a lot of elbowing to get in the room, a lot of people trying to be there. Here, with world experts in some of the subjects, there's only 4 or 5 people in a room at the graduate level. So you do get incredible opportunities for discussion and just one-on-one communication with the professors.
Cool. Have you ever thought about making, like, owning your own business?
Yeah, being here at Stanford, you think about it like all the time, since a lot of people are interested in that. So yeah, I've considered it a few times, but it's just not really my thing.
Not really.
Yeah.
How many students are actually thinking about making their own business here?
It has to be a good amount. It's a good amount. I think they're just influenced by obviously like startup culture in the area and like all the opportunities that you can have to like get funding and meet people who have like similar interests as you. So it's a good amount. It's a significant amount.
So it's kind of common. So you have some friends who are making their own business.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Not yet.
Not yet,
Yeah,
but in the
that's
future?
not a big long-term goal yet for me.
Okay.
But if I found something that is needed in society, yes, I will consider. But as for now, not that specifically. Yeah.
Okay. What is the most popular future career for student here?
Future career.
Yeah, like consulting or making your own business or other stuff.
I think as for now, startups is
Startup.
a good trend. Like,
company.
Also because we have a lot of CS majors. I think the engineering field,
it's
like
a
software
famous.
engineering,
Yes,
also it's a very popular
Number one in
career.
the world,
Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be the last question, but do you have any future dream or future ideal career?
I want to go into investment banking or consulting. Yeah, but it's
Strategy consulting.
exactly.
Competitive.
It is very hard to get in, so I'm in the trenches now for applying. So I'm researching, but we'll see.
Which specific company do you wanna?
Actually, I've looked at like BCG, of course, McKinsey. But I'm also looking at MBB basically. I'm looking at other firms too, but you know, you can't narrow your options to the very few. So,
Do you think going to investment banking or strategy consulting is popular or in common among students here?
I think it is very common. If people just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna do like consulting for a couple years outside of Stanford," but I mean, I see it as kind of a career that I want to pursue myself long term. I know some people just do that to like figure out what they're doing in the meantime, but it is a default that people do that or computer science.
Then many people start their own business.
Yes, then people get a lot of business skills from consulting and then they try to start their own business. Yeah.
And you earn a lot of money.
I thought it was kind of fun, although PowerPoints are kind of take a long time. But I think presenting is always something that I like doing, and like I did a lot of public speaking in high school, so it seems like a career that I want to go into.
You're learning economics, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any future dream or future career goal?
I actually plan to be a filmmaker. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So actually, you're waiting for your friends to shoot the photo, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any reason to choose that career?
I'm a very creative person. I love being behind the camera. Also, I'm Asian American, and I want to tell a lot of Asian American stories and have a lot of Asian American representation in entertainment. So that's why I'm really following that route. So right now, the plan is to work in the corporate media production space. I plan to kind of start a company on the side, a production company on the side, and then once my kind of like side production business becomes viable, I'll quit my corporate job.
And then you will focus on your own business.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's your plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going into product management after I graduate. Yeah. Yeah.
After you graduate. Like specific company that you want to work in?
Specifically, no. Just really, I like tech companies.
Tech companies.
And just big companies where like you have observable results.
Okay. Product manager is really popular job here, like among students here.
Yeah, I would say the most popular is like it's a software engineer, and then like consulting. Then I think PM is up there too.
So do you mind if I ask your future goal or future dream?
Sure. I hope to become a professor of the humanities, especially of ancient philosophy. Some philosophers are working in areas that have a lot more direct application to industry. Environmental ethics, ethics of AI, logic you can do a lot of computer science with. But ancient philosophy, learning Latin and ancient Greek and studying Plato and Aristotle has fewer direct applications to industry. So I'm hoping to continue in academia and become a professor myself. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that out right now. I might get a PhD in economics or something like that. And that would be like a dream of mine. Or another dream would just be to find the job that I actually like and isn't boring. That's a dream. But I don't know what that looks like. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I really want to do research that like help like the Hispanic community, and yeah, I think that's one of my big goals.
Something related to consulting. Of venture capital, something related to those fields.
Big consulting company, like strategy.
Yes, basically. That will be my main goal for now. That will be, but let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Wait, but you said that you're from Japan, right?
Yeah, I'm from Japan.
I've been to Japan once.
Really?
Or twice. I've been to Tokyo and Kyoto.
Oh, Kyoto.
I love okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki, yeah.
That is the
Osaka
best.
and Kyoto.
Yeah, it's the best. The sauce is so good. It's like, yeah, and then of course I remember good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Perfect pronunciation.
Thank you. I try.
If you have a chance to come here, just hit me up.
Yeah, of course. I'm a polyglot, so I mean, I love dabbling in languages. It's really fun. Yeah. Do you have any cool phrases in Japanese?
What kind of topic do you want to talk about?
What about like, what's your phone number? That could be useful.
連絡先教えてもらってもいいですか?
That is kind of long. 連絡先を教えて. Hey, learning a little bit.